Okay, what I'm doing on the repair of this liftgate is the hinges were blown out, so I took it to a radiator shop and I had them braze. They use silver braze, which is better than brass braze or silver solder. I had them braze the hinges back in, and they look great and they're really strong. So now what I've done is all the screw holes, I've put 1/4 inch 20 screws in, and I put anti-seize on all the threads, so all the threads and holes will be clear. And the body is totally cleaned out, and I flushed the inside with phosphoric acid, phos, and the glass is out. So it should be pretty leak proof right now. But I'm going to be painting it eventually anyway, but I'm going to be protecting this liftgate by lining the inside of it with KBS rust seal. And so what I did is I took the KBS rust seal and I thinned it down with xylene, and here it is in the container. And now what I'm going to do is with the turkey baster, I'm going to shoot it inside the liftgate body and tilt it so it fills up everything. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking the thinned out KBS rust seal and I'm going to be shooting it inside the cavity of the body and then tilting it so all the metal inside is lined. And what that should do also is my new welded plate, that should firm it all up and seal it and make it really strong. And it'll protect the weld from age, and it'll seal everything. So this liftgate should never have another problem. Okay, something else I did totally by accident, which is a great idea. I put on 2 pairs of gloves initially. So my first pair that got all gooped, I just peeled off. So now I can work on this clean without the nightmare of trying to get gloves on. So put on double gloves first. Happy accident. Okay, I'm getting it on my thumb over here, so it means it's everywhere. Do not get this on you. If you get it on you, it's going to stay on you. Tilt and turn. Should be able to see it here. Okay, I don't. It's not coming back through here, so I don't know where it is. As sure as the stars shine above and the sun. Okay, it's running up there, running up there. It's running everywhere. I was hoping to do this clean and fancy, but there is no clean way to do it. Just don't get it on you. Okay, that's a mess, so it's hopefully aligned. Now this is xylene, and it's the only thinner you can use with the KBS rust seal. So wet down your rag. Oh, the xylene will destroy these gloves immediately, but better than nothing. You just want to thin down this messy paint so later I don't have a buildup of it. Problem is, while I do this, the paint inside is still dripping out of the holes. And as you can see, it leaked out of the two pieces of metal where it's tacked together. So what that tells me is that the gap is also going to be closed. So it's acting as a sealant for the liftgate as well. After KBS rust seal cures, you cannot remove it at all. So it's best to stay on this now while you can. Okay, now I'm just going to let the inside start to cure. And then I'll come back and wipe this down a little bit better. Okay, as it starts to drip out and dry, so you have some idea of how thick the paint is getting inside, make sure you have a drip, something underneath it dripping that you catch, so that later you can touch that so you know what the condition is probably inside. And the best thing to do is just sit back and do nothing. Let it cure. And just keep tilting it from side to side occasionally. And as you can, just keep wiping down the residue on the outside before it cures with the xylene so it's clean. So later when you paint it, you're spotless on the outside. But this should be fully lined on the inside. You can see all these seals and seams are all leaking. That means that the KBS is getting in there and sealing them. And the backside of my welded plates should be, well, they are fully coated because I can see the KBS coming out of the threaded holes. Make sure you put anti-seize on these threads first, because once the KBS cures, if it cures on those threads, it's useless. So make sure these threads are fully lined and you should be good. And just sit back and wait. Okay, catching up on the video, the inside was lined with the KBS rust seal and it sealed off great. Then I taped off the face and I left the ledge, since this ledge is where the window sits, left this ledge exposed, and I painted this with the VHT black epoxy paint, and I did the same for the back side of the edge. I then painted the inside with a gunmetal gray paint, because when you're looking out the liftgate, I didn't want it to be a white glary roof or liftgate. And now I'm getting ready to tape this off now that this is cured and repaint the outside white. So that's where I am on the liftgate. It's now painted white, and I used the Rust-Oleum acrylic lacquer gloss. And I discovered one thing. I know why I build scouts and I don't paint them. Painting sucks. Anyway, did an okay job. It got a little funky right here. Anyway, so that's the prep fully lined, KBS rust seal inside, 2 tones of paint, and the glass is getting a double layer of tint. It's going to be mirror first and then limo behind it for security, and it'll keep the inside of the Scout really nice and cool. Anyway, there it is.